Hello everyone, welcome back to #LeadJimmy. It has been quite some time since I have been face to face with all of you, talking and sharing my love for various magics of literature. Uh, you know how the times are, it often takes us a lot of struggle to do what we are passionate about and find time for it in the very busy schedules we live through. So I really apologize for being so irresponsible with my venture and creating this long hiatus, not being right for my viewers and subscribers. So I'm really sorry for this long gap that I did take. Nonetheless, lucky for me, good for me that I've been able to once again reprise Lead Genie, and here I am. It gives me great pleasure to welcome you all back on this journey with me, and let's begin. So this time, I know there was a huge popularity that the the videos on discussions on Mahabharat had gained. In fact, a lot of my friends, a lot of my acquaintances, even some of my students have told me that they were very excited and they were almost glued to these videos. It somehow made Mahabharat sort of reach out to them in a completely different light. So that's a huge achievement on my part. Thank you people so much, and I promise I'll continue to do that. But when I thought of reprising Lead Genie once again, I did know that a continuity was required on the part of what I was doing last time with those series of videos. But truthfully speaking, this time I wanted to restart with one of my current obsessions that has come upon me for the last few months. You know, I'm going to talk to you about a very important writer of the 20th century. He had a very powerful voice of a thinker. Of course, he wrote, you could say, fictions, but there was a very deep element of spiritual, philosophical wisdom embedded in his words. I'm talking about none other than Kahlil Gibran, the Lebanese American writer, or better to say philosopher, who came to be the voice of spiritual quest for the global readership during the 20th and 21st century. I must say that it's not the first time that I'm reading Kahlil Gibran recently. I was introduced to him in the early university days. Nonetheless, as we keep growing through age, through, if I may say so, through maturity that we gain over time, through changing circumstances around us, same texts sort of emerge upon us and dawn upon us in various different ways. And the same texts keep happening to us for different meanings altogether over different stages of our life. So that's exactly what is happening to me right now when I talk of Kahlil Gibran. I did read him as a young student back at the university, but nowadays when I started going back to him, I have realized that his words, his very short pieces, you can't really call them stories also, the way we couldn't always call the great Urdu short story writer Saadat Hasan Manto's stories also entire short stories, because they were very precise. Even that's true for Gibran. You could see that, for example, in his collection The Wanderer, he's responsible for a number of very what should I say, philosophically rich collections, one of them being The Prophet, which is almost like a phenomena. It has a huge global readership, but equally interesting is The Wanderer. And if you look at these collections, you will see that the I don't know if I should call them stories, but I don't know, these little anecdotes are very short. There is a curious simplicity and precision despite the shortness of those pieces, which somehow stay with you. The words are so simple, transparent, they talk about simple things of life, but the situations he gives you there's a timelessness about them, and they immediately, we realize that they speak to us in ways in which they, despite the time lapse between when Gibran was writing them and when we are reading it today, there's an immediate connection you feel between what Gibran is maybe saying with those words and how you're getting those words, how they are immediately echoing with the circumstances of your life. That has happened to me, and believe me, it was so such deeper revelation that despite my eternal love for Mahabharat and the fact that I cannot think of not doing it, continuing doing what I was doing with Mahabharat on #Lead Ginny, despite that love, that attachment that I feel with that text, the moment I thought of starting #Lead Ginny once again, I wanted to do it on a different note this time, start off on a different note, and this is what I could think of the collected works of Kahlil Gibran. What I've thought of doing today is not really try and explain, because that would be a huge audacity on my part, I believe, trying to explain Kahlil Gibran, because I don't think I'm equipped enough to do that as of yet. But what I thought of doing is those pieces in his works which have really stayed with me, and those are the pieces I keep going back to every now and then, at a break of the night when I can't sleep for some reason, or on a lazy afternoon, or on a beautiful evening when I'm sitting on my balcony watching into a beautiful sunset in the horizon. I feel like flipping through those pages once again. So here's to sharing those words with you people. I'll be reading out these sections, very small sections, believe me, I'll not bore you, but I hope these words are able to create the same magic they have for me. I hope this becomes the beginning of this fresh journey with some very, very beautiful, wise words that for once bring some peace, some tranquility, some much needed simple thinking on our part, thanks to the times we live through. So here's Kahlil Gibran for you. Of course, all the pieces, I've chosen 4 pieces to read to you today, and all these pieces are from The Wanderer by Gibran. The first one that I read to you is called The Dancer, and here it goes. Once there came to the court of the Prince of Birkash a dancer with her musicians, and she was admitted to the court, and she danced before the prince to the music, the lute and the flute and the zither. She danced the dance of flames and the dance of swords and spears. She danced the dance of stars and the dance of space, and then she danced the dance of flowers in the wind. After this, she stood before the throne of the prince and bowed her body before him. And the prince bade her to come nearer, and he said unto her, Beautiful woman, daughter of grace and delight, whence comes your art? And how is it that you command all the elements in your rhythms and your rhymes? And the dancer bowed again before the prince, and she answered, Mighty and gracious majesty, I know not the answer to your questions. Only this I know, the philosopher's soul dwells in his head, the poet's soul in his heart. The singer's soul lingers about his throat, but the soul of the dancer abides in all her body. Right? Now, the next one that I wanted to read, again, a very, very small piece. This one's called Love and Hate. A woman said unto a man, I love you. And the man said, It is in my heart to be worthy of your love. And the woman said, You love me not? And the man only gazed upon her and said nothing. Then the woman cried aloud, I hate you. And the man said, Then it is also in my heart to be worthy of your hate. Next, dreams. A man dreamed a dream, and when he awoke, he went to his soothsayer and desired that his dream be made plain unto him. And the soothsayer said to the man, Come to me with the dreams that you behold in your wakefulness, and I will tell you this meaning. But the dreams of your sleep belong neither to my wisdom nor to your imagination. I hope I'm able to I don't know if my reading is doing justice, but I hope I'm able to sort of capture or in the slightest way communicate the magic that these words are to all of you. I'll love to hear, once I post this video, when all of you watch it, I would love to hear from all of you, maybe in the comments, whether this actually provokes some of you to go ahead and take a look at Kahlil Gibran and his collected works, or maybe The Prophet, The Wanderer, whichever. The last one for the day, this one's called Laws and Law-Giving. Ages ago, there was a great king, and he was wise, and he desired to lay laws unto his subjects. He called upon 1,000 wise men of 1,000 different tribes to his capital and lay down the laws. And all this came to pass. And when the 1,000 laws written upon parchment were put before the king, and he read them, he wept bitterly in his soul, for he had not known that there were 1,000 forms of crime in his kingdom. Then he called his scribe, and with a smile upon his mouth, he himself dictated laws, and his laws were but only 7. And the 1,000 wise men left him in anger, and returned to their tribes with the laws they had laid down. And every tribe followed the laws of its wise men. Therefore, they have 1,000 laws even to our own day. It is a great country, but it has 1,000 prisons, and the prisons are full of women and men, breakers of 1,000 laws. Therefore, they have 1,000 laws even to our own day. It is a great country, but we continue to break 1,000 laws. It is indeed a great country, but the people therefore are descendants of 1,000 lawgivers and of only one wise king. Well, with that, I'll come to the end of this video today. I hope I've been able to share with you people the magic that Gibran's words create for me. I'll continue to do Gibran for a couple of more videos, and then of course, as requested by many of you, I'm going to jump back to Mahabharata. So hope to see you all next time, and of course, if you like the video, comment, like, subscribe, and please do share. Please spread the word. I deeply believe that the times we live through, it will require a lot of cohesive sense of togetherness on our part to really re-inculcate a sense of tolerance in all of us. The times are alarming. As parents, as individuals, as citizens, I think we need to start working on ourselves first. Then at all, we'll be able to take heed of these very, very disturbing times. Let's all sit together and drink from these unimaginable repositories of wisdom that these great men have lived, sort of left back. So see you all next time. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.